Ready to rock. It's I find it the worst time, the last sort of 10 minutes or so. One, because you've got nervous energy going, and two, because your kid's starving, right? We haven't eaten since 2 o'clock this afternoon. So we look forward to getting on there, rocking, getting off and have something to eat. Lovely. Burgers and beans tonight for me. Lovely. Belly timber.
5 minutes, LP.
Then we do an LP.
And LP means last piss. Just wait it is. Just wait it up. Just wait it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opening Caroline, it's such a big opening. I love everything on stage. When it's sounding good and the band is fired up and we're hitting it, it's wonderful. I love everything. I really do. I love every song on there.
I once said I didn't like doing Caroline. I got used to that now. I upset so many people.
I just love being on there. That's why I'm still doing it, I suppose. You know, because I don't necessarily think we have to do it for the money anymore. I couldn't tell you for sure, but I don't think we do. When I was 10, I wanted a guitar. Cliff and the Shadows did it for me, you know. I sort of wanted a guitar. And I learned to play it immediately for some unknown reason. I picked it up and sort of played it, because my mum was quite musical. She played the piano, and my dad played the comb, you know, a bit of paper, the kazoo type thing, you know, double act. And I then knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an entertainer of some sort. I wanted to get out on the road and entertain people, play the guitar and sing. That's what I wanted to do. So academically, I had the view that I'd go to school and I just didn't want to listen to anything, maths, history, geography. Why? I'm going to be a guitarist. You don't need to know geography to be a guitarist, you know. So I took that view and I was just gazing out the window, you know, when am I going to be 15? When can I get out of here? I want to go on stage, you know. And in the meantime, I joined a thing called the MEA, which is the Metropolitan Entertainers Association. My dad had joined me up, and you do kind of shop windows, and this guy spotted me when I was 14 and said, when's he leave school? Dad said about, 6 months' time. He said, I want him for a summer season down at Sunshine Holiday Camp in Hayling Island. And I was going to be, as Butlins have their red coats, I was a canary. Like yellow blazer and all that, you know. And I'm only 15, and off I go, I leave home. Leave school, leave home. Life changed. I met 2 girls down there, twins, and we formed a little trio called the Highlights. And after the season, we worked out around Europe and a bit, and American air bases and stuff. And then got a season at Butlins, which is where I met Francis, who was playing in a band called the Spectres. And the rest, as they say, we became pals, and that was it. Joined the group, and here we are.
I used to hear my dad talk about how he was thrown out of school when he was 12 or 13. And that when I was younger, I thought, well, I didn't leave till I was 15. It's like years, and I realised I left at 15, no qualifications whatsoever. I wasn't interested at all. Once I became real Jack the Lad, which I think is disgraceful, it's like, ugh, make myself sick. But that whole attitude you develop, because you're going to be in a band, and I would be quite funny in class, and the more the kids laughed, the more I was flippant with the teachers. And I remember a teacher telling me that, you're going to be a pop star, yeah. And they all laughed, and she said, you're going to go abroad? I went, yeah. They all laughed. She said, then you may go to France. I said, yeah. And she said, you'll need to speak French. I said, no, somebody will do it for me. And they all really laughed, and I'm fitting the table, giving it that, Which I was right, someone did speak it for me, but the pisser is, I want to do it. And I have a thing for languages. I like languages, and... so I'm one of those old people now that says, oh, school was great, and I still believe we're right. The idea of being in a classroom or a room and you want to know something, excuse me, could you tell me? And he tells you. There's nowhere else in life you get that. When I left school and I went to try to learn to play guitar, if I saw another guitar player that I asked, how'd you play that? He was, he ain't going to show you, or he's going to show you the tricky way, or a way that was, you know, he's not going to trip you up.
I think I was being bowled over by the whole thing that I was in a band, you know, which I'd always wanted to be in a group with girls down the front looking at you, you know. That was my dream.
I know he says that, and we all say that, but what got Rick was when he saw us in Butlins, he knew he wanted to do that. And there were no girls or anything around that to see. And I accept what he means, and that is part of that, particularly when you're young.
Yeah, I just wanted the whole adoration thing of, you know, being up on stage and being in a group.
I suppose some of that I wanted to be. I suppose it's wanting to be famous. I'd love to say it was the music and I wanted to be a musician. As much as I really did love music, it wasn't my, you know, I want to look at music. It was, I just loved tunes, and I still do. I love certain songs. I noticed with my dad once, he came, I hadn't seen him for years, and he came and I played him some stuff, some new stuff, all like that, and I played him, you're the one that I love, the only one that Still the One, isn't it, Shania Twain? And I saw his body going, looking to, he was like, I thought, that's where I get it from. I can hear something, it don't matter what it is. I might be somebody I hate. You know, I get affected by everybody else's images, I think most of us do. And I've never been out to stick the Pet Shop Boys. Sorry, fellas. But it was one of their things that called It's a Sin. Everybody slagged it off and I went, great. But I loved it.
I remember back when I was 16, 17, and I'd just joined the band, and Matchstick Men was out, and it was on Saturday Beat Club with Brian Matthews, and he played Matchstick Men, and I nearly fell over, because I, we had a radiogram at the time, and there I was, Mum, I'm on the radio. And it was just so fantastic. I really did. I went weak at the knees. And when my little bit of harmony came in on the chorus, it was actually me singing on the radio. And I was just so knocked out. And I shall never, ever forget that, you know. And there's little things along the... I say little things. I mean, like, when somebody comes into a room and you're not expecting it, and they've got a gold album for you, and you sort of look at it, it's for me, and it's just great. You know, when you first get your gold album, you see... When you're a kid, you see gold albums up on, you know, Cliff Richard's wall when he's been interviewed and stuff like that. And when you first get your a gold album, it's marvellous, you know. It's just all little moments like that, you know. They're as important as like opening Live Aid for me. They were great moments.
Livid. I thought that was Livid, Feed the Welsh. I completely missed that one.
It was just an incredible day. I remember Bob Geldof asking us to do it, and first we said no because we kind of split up with Alan Lancaster and we didn't really have a band and we weren't rehearsed. But Bob said, well, it doesn't matter how good you are, just make sure you're there because we'd like you to open it. And that was a temptation in itself, just to think of opening Live Aid. So we got Alan over from Australia rather, and my first recollection of it was flying over the top on the day in a helicopter and looking at the stadium, and it just looked so amazing. The weather was beautiful, the stadium was full, and the scene was set for an incredible gig. And to think that we opened it, and I'm just so pleased that we did it now. And walking out there, I was very nervous, and it was over like that because we only did 15 minutes, I think, and it went past like 5 seconds. And I'd like to have been on there a bit longer, but it was a golden moment. Oh.